you guys a speech. I believe that you guys are a little bit tired, so at the beginning of my presentation, I want to invite you guys to watch a short video that is related to our topic today. It is about the connection between people and people. So after you watching this video, you can find that nowadays, people always choose to use social media to connect with different people, instead of calling them one by one. So maybe for children, they cannot understand the books that are full of phone numbers. There is the thing happen between them. It's a connection between different generations. So what is the most common relationship between generations? I guess that is the generation gap. It is also what I want to share with you guys today. Firstly, what is the generation gap? Actually, generation gap is the differences in attitudes and values between one generation and another, especially for young people and their parents. These differences stem from older and younger people cannot understand each other because of different ideas, opinions, habits, and hobbies. For example, I want an apple, but you give me a box of pear. I want water, but you give me a box of carbonated drinks. So you can see, the generation gap prevents people from communicating with each other smoothly. So here's the question. Is this generation gap always a bad thing? Let's think about it together. Then I will share with you guys about my personal experience. I remember last time I shared with my mother about my favorite TV show, but she sent me everyone said that it's childish. But after this thing happened, I discovered that she watched this kind of TV show secretly. That was funny, right? So you can see the generation gap exists. It can also be narrowed by our own actions. So is it the generation gap always a bad thing? No. It can also be motivation. It gives us a chance to make some changes and to discover the problem. For example, my mother wanted to know more about me, so she watched the movies that I'm interested. By this way, we can develop a better relationship than before. ChengduShudeHighSchool once mentioned that the generation gap is not a bad thing in the article that called The Eye and the Altar of the Earth. As there are mountains and rivers, there are ditches. We cannot hope that each land on the earth are good farmland. So, by this way, maybe the generation gap prevents people from communicating with each other smoothly. Here's the next question. Should the generation gap be addressed? Let's think about this question. Some people think the need to make some changes because they are all troubled by a problem that's called communication. Since nowadays, people always take themselves to a starting point to solve problems. By this way, it will cause a lot of communication barriers. So let's think about a word that when you mention it, you'll feel angry. The parents will feel angry. For me, it's tired. When I mention tired, my parents always shout at me, "This is all thing you have done. You were tired?" But after I say that, I will become more angry than before. So you can see this article that on the People Morning Reading. It shows that because we have different kinds of experiences, so maybe we can have different understanding about word tired. But actually, we cannot compare which level is higher and which level is lower, just like we cannot absolutely say which person is right and which person is wrong. So maybe the only thing we should do is not to feel, but to trust. I believe that by this way, we can be ourselves bravely and to treat everyone with sincerity and to use our language art to create more common topic with other people. And let us to do it together. I believe one day we can also let the generation gap be a way to grow up together. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you a lot.